Here we go with the first round. I'm facing a candidate master, and the game is taking place at about 10 p.m. So during that day, I played Blitz Chess on chess.com for about 6 hours, and I have to let you know that I came to the playing venue with the Jobava London super lubricated. So here we go. D5, starting position of the Jobava London on the board. And very curious to see what my opponent is about to play. Bishop to f4. What do you have? My opponent already spent a bit of time and went for a6. e3, important move. Keeping options of meeting bishop f5 with f3. Setting up the Jobava pawn storm. But my opponent goes c5. I instantly reply with takes. And after knight c6, a3, we have pretty trappy variation. After a3, technically speaking, black is supposed to get enough compensation for the pawn, but the idea is that after e5, threatening to grab the center, attacking the bishop, and getting the discovery onto the pawn, white has this very annoying move of bishop g5, which is asking some questions. It is asking black whether you want to take on c5. I can actually eliminate the knight and then remove the central pawn. So my opponent is facing a very tough decision. The best play would be to go e5, bishop g5, and then just go with the flow bishop e6. But he surprised me with bishop f5. I play b4 instantly. He does go e6. And at this point, I am aware that the objective evaluation of the position should be around +1, simply because white has a clean extra pawn. And I also know that I have a pretty large margin of moves. I can play pretty much anything. And the evaluation is not going to change dramatically. And I started with bishop d3 offering a trade, and then after bishop g4, bishop e2, decided to get rid of pressure from my opponent pin. And you can see a very strange little bishop tango. I'm not sure I have an appropriate outfit for a tango, but I am joyfully entering the tango. Bishop to d3. My opponent doesn't have a choice but to exchange the bishop, which means that we're trading pieces. Remember that I do have an extra pawn, which is why the eval bar is really glazing over my play. So I am more than happy to trade. Now, I'm not taking with the pawn because I was afraid of d4. So I take with the queen, keeping the central control. Both sides end up castling, and my opponent now plays the best move by far, b6. Really tricky move. Actually, the only move in the position to generate any counterplay. Big shout out to my opponent. Remember this b6 idea, guys. When you're down a pawn, you want to open up lines on the queen side. He's genuinely threatening to play rook f8, a5, and get very annoying compensation. But now knight a4. Knight a4 simply because I need to do something and I need to have a pawn break, otherwise my opponent gets compensation. So knight a4 was preparing this c4 move. Rook d8, not liking this move. c5. c5, keeping the position closed, getting a passed pawn and threatening to go knight b6. My opponent plays knight d7, rightfully stopping that, and I see e5, e4 is on the radar. That would not be very nice for the tutorial, so I play bishop g3. Prophylactic. Rook a b8. Rook a b1. Wait. Alex Banzinga. What is rook a b1? Why? Oh. What was rook b1? f6. Okay. Rook c1. Rook c1. Rooks supporting the pawns. And it was about this moment that I'm starting to realize, wait a second. That was actually a move. Have you seen it? Let me know in the comments if you've seen the rook was actually hanging. I'm starting to realize only at this point my over-the-board vision is so terrible. I completely forgot about the rook. I go in for the trade. The position remains still very healthy advantage. I'm obviously a little bit embarrassed by that, but you gotta keep your calm. You don't want to let your opponent feel the weakness. Even though you know the weakness is there. You don't want to let your opponent smell blood. Because, yeah, even your opponents that may appear to play just like a panda, they can immediately turn into a shark if they smell the weakness. So d4. Didn't like this move by my opponent. Queen to g4, attacking the weak pawn. And also preparing a key maneuver to win the game. Knight c4. Rerouting the knight towards the weak square. And once I get the knight over there, knight protected by a pawn placed inside the enemy half is stronger than a rook. So my opponent instantly sacrifices the exchange. And I know I am supposed to have a technical win, but still embarrassed by the fact that I didn't take the free rook. So I need to be careful. Now, my opponent made still one good practical decision. He decided to keep rooks on the board. And I started playing a bit hesitant. I went queen e4, just felt like centralizing move, keeping his bishop passive. Keeping the bishop passive and enemy pieces scattered around the board. I simply doubled up. And after queen d6, yeah, I'm realizing, okay, I shouldn't have given him the open file. So there is no shame in retreating, as long as you keep control over the position. And now rook c5. I just didn't go to c6 because I didn't want to allow queen to b5 activity. Rook c7 and okay, once I see trade of rooks, I know that's supposed to get me closer to my goal, but I'm still not giving him open file. I will trade in my terms. I keep c file open and the opponent resigns. So, bit slippery play here and there, but got the job done in the first round victory, which is gonna be a boost of confidence for the rest of the games. Thanks everybody for making it all the way this far into the video. Please let me know in the comments what you think about the Blitz format. We are kind of experimenting a little bit just to see how it goes. I mean, the Blitz event was really the only one available that I could join until September. So hope you don't mind the much faster paced games, and yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. In the next round, I will be playing against a 2000 ELO opponent, and unless you're watching this video within the first 24 hours, you can check it out here. See you there.